right, so we're going to do a tutorial about Apple Classroom. This is a great app that's going to allow you to see the iPads in your classroom, also open web pages, AirPlay, open apps, do lots and lots of wonderful things. So let's go ahead and jump into that. First thing you need to do is go to the App Store or self-service, and you're going to look for Apple Classroom. Once we've got Apple Classroom, we're going to install it. Once it's installed, let's go ahead and open that up. When you open it up, you're going to see your classes, and they're going to appear with the same codes that are available in Skyward. So I'm going to choose my test class here, and I have everything sitting there. What's great is it's going to tell you where they are, so it's going to tell you what apps they're in, all of those things. If I had more than one student, more than one iPad in my class, I would have multiple people showing up here. Right now, I only have the LCISD technology iPad showing. So from here, I can choose open across the top. So anything that's across the top part of my page where I have assign, open, navigate, lock, mute, log out, screens, and group, that is going to affect my entire class. So it's going to apply to everyone. So if I go and I hit open, I have the opportunity to choose an app to open. You have to have the app on your iPad as well as the student's iPad. So you'll want them to go ahead and download, say, Google Classroom or whatever that you're using and have it on their iPads as well. I also have an option at the bottom that I can lock in app after opening. That will allow you to basically lock it down into that app only to be used by that until you choose that they can go into something else. So let's choose App Store. I'm going to touch App Store, and as you noticed on our student iPad, it automatically opened. That's an app that is on both pages or both iPads, and so it makes it work that well. If I hit done, it stays there. I can actually see that they're in the App Store. If I want to take them to another, so let's say settings, I can hit the settings icon here, and it opens up settings on the other iPad. So a really great way to get them directly to an app without having to go through and wait for them to get to it. Another great feature is Navigate. When I choose Navigate, I'm going to be able to take them to a web page in Safari and take my entire class there. You do have to have it bookmarked on your iPad in Safari for that to work. So I can hit Safari. I have it in favorites. I also have this Spiro page. I'm going to go ahead and choose that. I also have the ability to lock it in the app again after opening. So I go to the web page, and it automatically takes that iPad to that. Really great feature. Really nice to especially get an entire class navigated to the same web page at the same time. Especially with some of them, some of those web pages can get pretty complex. So this is a great way to get them all in the same place at the same time. I also have lock to where you can see that I have locked this iPad now. That is something that's convenient, especially if you are waiting for them to start something all at the same time, or you have somebody off task. You can lock the iPads. I go and tap unlock again across the top. It unlocks the iPad, and we're back and ready to roll. I also have mute to where I can mute all the iPads. I can go back and unmute. I can also at the end of a class hit log out, and it will log out all of my students from that class during that time. So make it to where a really great way if people forget or somebody leaves class early, they have to go to the nurse or something like that, you can actually log them out and go from there. I also have screens. When I hit screens, it's going to show the screens for each individual student. all underneath down in the big white area at the bottom. So you can see all of your students ready to go. You can also tell that it created groups underneath that, all Safari and low battery. So I can see where my students are and what groups they are in. I can also hit the plus sign and create a group. So say I was doing stations or something like that, I could actually create it to where each group has its specific deal. Then within that group, I can control it. I can lock station 1 into a certain app, station 2 into a different app, and have all those set up ready to go. So a really convenient way to get those things going. Now I'm going to show you the other part. I actually touch the individual iPad down in the big white box at the bottom. All right, so now I've got this one iPad, and when I touch that one iPad, I'm going to be able to control and do things just on that singular iPad. So if I go and choose open, same thing. I'm going to take them to an app. I can lock them in. I can navigate them to a web page. I can lock that iPad, mute it, log out. And also, if you notice here, I have reset password. I can actually reset a student's password from the app and get them back in. So if they forget it or they log in too many times and it logs them out, or log in too many times incorrectly and it logs them out, then I have the ability to go and reset the password. I can also view the screen. So let's get back into this one. And you can see exactly what they're seeing. They also are going to have a blue bar that goes across the top that lets them know that you are looking at them. So this is a great classroom management tool as well, that they know that you have the ability to see them. So that's a really nice feature. Also within the view screen, I've encouraged a lot of teachers to mirror their iPad so that 1 or 2 times so that they can see what you see. So again, they may stay off task. If they go off task, then they know that you can see them. So it's kind of a nice deal from that as well. So again, you can tap the deal. It's going to make it to where it all works there. You can control each iPad individually, or you can use the icons across the top and you can control the entire group. So a really great way to manage your class and also kind of make sure that everybody's staying on task and you're not calling out some of the shy people maybe that are off task and kind of chasing some stuff and chasing squirrels, and you can kind of get them back on task without necessarily calling them out, embarrassing them, and all of those things. So again, a great feature. If you have any questions, feel free to email help. We'll get you taken care of, and that's Apple Classroom for you.
If you found this video helpful, make sure and hit that like button.
To make sure you get more videos like this, be sure to click right here to subscribe and to click the bell to make sure you get notifications.
If you'd like to submit a topic or concept for future videos, there's a link in the description down below.
And if you're looking for more digital learning tips and tricks, make sure to follow us on Twitter.